The seagulls follow trawler. It's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
Talking nonsense. So I thought, no, enough's enough. Why should I put up with that? Talking nonsense. So I thought, no, enough's enough. Why should I put up with that? Don't back down, double down. Don't back down, double down.
Good guess by Ryan Kelly.
He was close. Well, shall we say welcome aboard? Welcome aboard the Boys Bus. I think we could say that. It's a bus that is going not quite at the same miles per hour as we like it to normally go at. There is a slight echo coming through. Apologies for that if we can hear it. Hey-ho. Right. We need to take a step back. We need to have a bit of reflection. We've not jumped in. We've not doubled in. We've not dived in. We have just sat and watched, for me, what was a performance not befitting of what we expected. It wasn't where I thought we would be at. However, the bus keeps rolling. Celtic's situation this season was never about winning the Scottish Cup. That would have been a bonus. Turns out we made it to the semis. We lose our Hampden run. I think it's 17 games unbeaten. We've now lost that Hampden run. But I think everyone's focus really is on the league. That might be sounding like sugarcoating. I think if they lost today, they would say we're in a European semi-final. So I think the sugarcoating could have went either way this year. Phil, it's brilliant to have you back on the bus, mate. You're a regular now. And it's
Always
brilliant to
happy
have
to
you
be on,
on.
mate.
How are you feeling about today? I thought, if I'm honest, I thought the performance was under par for Celtic. I actually thought we looked more tired than them. I don't want to be the negative driver, but can home truths be had?
Yeah, they can, because there is an element to it where we've had how many days between this game today and our last game. We've had all that time to prepare, and you're right, it is a performance that we've got to be doing better. We've got to expect better. We have set some high standards this season, but in the bigger picture, and you ask me how I'm feeling, I'm genuinely not raging angry about it. I'm upset. It'll obviously, it'll take maybe a couple of days or something to get over it. But the key is now, how do we bounce back from it? How do we respond? And that's what we're going to talk about today, obviously, on the bus, just what do we do going forward? The bigger picture here is the Scottish Cup, you said, is one of the bonus trophies. The treble wasn't the priority. The league title was a priority. We're still on course for that. So, yeah, we'll see how we go now, going forward.
Is it easy? Is it easy to take that attitude, Regan Stevenson, when you get beat? Is it easy to do what Phil's doing there and focus on the league and say, well, do you know what? The league was our priority anyway. Is it easy to then go, the 120 minutes of football didn't actually exist? I know that's not what Phil meant, by the way. I'm playing devil's advocate here, Phil. You know that. I'm not being a bitch. What I'm saying is the 120 minutes that have just existed, is it easy just to go, do you know what? La 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 la, that never happened. All we do is focus on the league. Because for me, I just spent an hour and a half watching a Celtic team I didn't quite recognise, Regan. And no, what we did a show at 11:30 this morning. That's not quite the team. Albeit we got the lineup right. That's not the team we expected, though. Was it?
No, I thought Celtic were really, really bad. But to be honest, I thought the first half overshadowed what we really done. I thought in terms of that big chance for CCV in the second half, where he should have made it 2-0, thought that was a big chance in the game. But I thought overall, I thought they were very, very poor. I thought, unfortunately, Rangers wanted the game more. I don't know if it's maybe we had maybe took Rangers for granted because they played on Thursday night and we thought, well, we can go into this pretty easy and just turn up. I don't know what it was. I don't know what Phil and Terry think, but I don't know if it was a case of they played on Thursday and we thought, well, I think all we need to do is show up, and that's
Terry, do you think Rangers' adrenaline carried them further than what Celtic's literally more fitness that Celtic should have had? Right, it was 8 days since the 7-0 win against St Johnstone. 8 days to prepare, 8 days of rest, recuperation, focus. We had that, Terry. Rangers literally played on Thursday, and you knew because they won. Adrenaline is a huge thing. When you win, you want to play again. You can't wait for the next game. Did that play a part? Did you feel Celtic? I felt Celtic in extra time did look the more tired team. I felt we'd run out of ideas a wee bit. What did you make of it?
I thought we looked a tighter team from the start, Boycey. I was expecting Celtic to come out and just blow this away in the first 20, 30 minutes, the same as we did in the Celtic Park 3-0 game. Yep. I just expected us to come out and blow it away, and we didn't. First 5 minutes, we weren't even in their half. We weren't in their half at all. And I just didn't have, at any stage, I didn't have a good feeling about the game. I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't a good watch.
Agreed.
I
agree with that.
At no stage did we see the tempo that we play with. Maeda was closing down, but the rest of them weren't closing down. It was just nothing. It was totally alien to what we've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 months. It just was a performance that just did not look like an Ange Postecoglou team.
Terry, I'm going to quickly interrupt, and you know I hate interrupting, right? But I genuinely want to quickly interrupt because I have to pick you up on what you said there. From the first minute, you didn't have a good feeling. Now, I don't want to be like, we're not Mystic Megs on this bus, right? We're not. But I have to agree with that. I totally, for the first minute, had a bad vibe about this game. Yep. I watched, you just tell. And do you know what? See, the thing was at Ibrox, your heart was racing. There was loads of stuff going on, right? I didn't have a good vibe at the start of this game today. As much as we got back into it, I'm going to have to agree with you, Terry. See, when you went to extra time, did you think Celtic were favourites?
I felt that if I was standing back and looking at it and looking at all the facts, we should have been favourites. But at no time did I feel we were in control of this game, other than when we scored for about the next 5 minutes. I thought, you know what, we could be okay. We could be okay here. But at no stage was my heart bouncing today. At no stage was I watching the game going, I'm enjoying this. At no stage did I think we're playing well here. I just all day today, I got up early. I was full of nerves. Watched the show with yourself and Regan. Absolutely loved it. Buzzing, brilliant. Then I had to find an hour, something to do between your show with Regan and then the match starting. And I ended up doing a few bits and pieces around the house and all the rest. But I was absolutely buzzing for it. But in those first 5 minutes, I just got a feeling that we're not on it today. We are not. Something's not right here. We're not up for this. They're up for it. It doesn't matter what happened on Thursday night. These guys are up for this. And it just set the tone for the game. The first few minutes always sets the tone for the match. And I just felt we were a wee bit off it for whatever reason. And at no stage did I think that we're going to go through here. Do you know what I mean?
Totally, mate. I mean, we will get to the nitty gritty, if you will. Phil, I'm going to come at you, right? So, Celtic, I thought, once they got their goal, we'll be the horse that pulls away. That was the vibe of the script that was maybe written. Why didn't it play out like that?
$6 million question. I do think.
Oh no, of course. I don't mean by the way.
I do think that the comment that's on the screen right now from Gary McDowell is a huge point to bring up because football is fine margins at times. See if
there you go.
Cameron Carter-Vickers scores. I don't blame him for missing. I've seen people on Twitter instantly losing the rag. Oh, I can't believe he's missed that. Oh, that's a sitter. Look, he's just trying to place it in the. He's went for a bit of height on it. It's just one of these things that happens. It's a crossbar. But again, fine margins. That second goal goes in. We would have went on to win that. And before Rangers got their goal in the 78th, 79th minute, say it was, it again was resorting to a lot of knock it out wide to Tav, get a cross in. The goal came from one mistake at a cross we made when it was a low ball and all of our players had ran past it. And yeah, we just made one mistake. And when full time came, the 90 minutes, at the end of the day, both teams had scored with the only shots on target. With us only shot on target in the 90 minutes was Taylor. The only shot they had on target in the whole 90 minutes was Arfield's one. So it's just one of the days, but it just happens. It just is one of the fine margin moments. So Carter Vickers scores that goal. I think we're having a different talking point just now. I'm talking about the cup final. It's just one of these unlucky moments. We just need to take it on the chin. Just no excuses really at the end of the day. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's what it is, mate.
I'm trying to unmute young Regan. Regan, are you there?
Oh, there, yep.
Hey, Regan. I think Phil makes a huge point there. The game was never a classic at any point, but it did feel. Right, on you go.
No, but I was just going to say, I didn't enjoy how. I thought Andy was a bit negative today, to be honest. I thought Rangers had the majority of the ball, they had the majority of the play, and see even at 0-0 and even when it was 1-0 to Celtic, I thought Rangers created the majority of the chances. And I'm sitting going, why are we being so negative? We were sitting behind the ball, making sure we're compact, but we should be. See when we go 1-0 up, that should put the fear into Rangers, and we should be going for them. But instead, we didn't go for them. We sat back and we invited the goal.
I agree with that. I thought Celtic's whole display, for me, I don't know. I just think see when Maeda came off, I felt that was the equivalent of bringing Beaton on, right? I was huge this past week on don't start with Beaton near Beaton. I don't want that. They will get a boost from that. I think when you took Maeda off, that was that similar sort of boost. It's like a moving chess when you bring a pawn back, like it's a retreat thing. I think they took it. I thought Rangers grabbed the game after that. I feel at times Maeda's a bit wasteful when he's in possession. And everyone wants to then make that turn into your think he's shite. I disagree with that. I think you're entitled to be able to say, Terry, when someone's been wasteful in possession and their technique looks a bit clumsy. It's not about saying someone's shite, right? I wouldn't have took him off though, purely for what Maeda brings to the occasion is sadly something that is unique to old fun games still. It's like maybe prehistoric football. Blood, guts, desire, heart, you know, proud. Like he brings stuff to the game that's definitely not always about the takers. And I think once he came off, he didn't have that focal point, that press. And by the way, we will talk about Chaos, because Chaos was
definitely.
someone we have pushed on this show.
Yep.
And his absence, Terry, I felt was massive as well. But did you agree with taking Maeda off?
I thought we lost something when we took him off. Out of the front three, I felt that Maeda was the one who was making some kind of impact on the game. He was making inroads. He was so close on so many occasions. He was so close to just closing down the goalkeeper, closing down the last centre half. He was buzzing. He was everywhere. I think what we learned today, though, and I was probably one where I thought Kyogo might start the game, but having seen Kyogo play, I think we understand now why he didn't start the game. He's very far off it. He's not there. It's going to be another couple. It's going to be another few weeks. It's going to be another few weeks. He was nowhere near it, to be honest, and that's understandable. That's no slight on the player. He's coming back from a long absence. But I think some people felt Kyogo, as soon as he's ready to go, you just put him in, everything goes back to normal again. He's got a couple more weeks before he's going to make an impact.
Can I just tell you very quickly, Terry? I actually think it should come the end of this season, there's going to be a huge perspective put on what Kyogo achieved. When he started at McDermott Park, I know he didn't score, but that's how desperate we were. That's how bare bones we were. That fuck Kyogo playing that game. Remember, there was no fans.
Yep.
Abadal scored 2. That game Kyogo should never have been involved in, and he was initially. The League Cup final, deep down, he shouldn't have been involved in, but he was. And don't get me wrong, he came back with medals. That's why you take these gambles. I think today you're absolutely spot on. We recognise today there's a reason you're the front page player, the back page player, the headline maker, the showstopper, the Hollywood guy is, for me, this season has been Kyogo. And the reason he was not included in the first 11, we've seen it in front of our eyes today. He couldn't have the impact that you were hoping for. I don't like anything on, by the way, on today's result is on Kyogo. Nope. But I think you're right. We did see it, Terry. He was far from the guy we lauded the first half of the season, wasn't he?
I got absolutely hammered. I put a comment on another pod back at the time of the Hibs game, and yeah, it was wonderful. Kyogo played the Hibs game. He scored the 2 goals. I made a comment that I didn't think he should have played that game. I also made a comment that I didn't think he should have played after that game. At the time, I was completely tunnel vision. League title. And yes, Kyogo won us that cup. He made the difference, but I didn't think he was ready to play in that game against Hibs. He certainly shouldn't have been playing in the subsequent games after. And then we lost him for that period of a few months. And I suppose at that time, I thought, we're losing this guy after the impact this guy's made. That's going to cost us our league title. And it didn't, because Giakoumakis came in, and Giakoumakis has been absolutely amazing. He's been brilliant. But then we're talking about Kyogo coming back, and it's just like he's just going to come back. All of a sudden, he's just going to be exactly the same as he was before he left. I don't know how much of an impact he'll have over the next 5 games. Do you know what I mean? He looks well off it. That's no slight on him whatsoever. He's coming back. It's like coming back after a pre-season. You've got to get up to speed. It's going to take weeks. It's going to take months. I hope Giakoumakis is available at some point in the next few weeks, because as bad as today feels, and I said to you boys before we come on, I'm old enough to. I've been through a lot of Celtic defeats, and you've got to experience losing games. You've got to experience the bad times to really enjoy and appreciate the good times. I hear that. And we've got a good time. We've got a good time coming up in a few weeks' time. And today, and I'm not backing down. I'm doubling down. I was going to enjoy this league celebration. I was going to enjoy this league celebration. see, after the way today's gone, I'm going to enjoy it 100 times more. And I know today was bad. The omens aren't great. We were nowhere near it. But if we can go over this line, I'm telling you, I'm going to enjoy it 100 times more than I would have done before we lost today. I'm going for it.
Do you know, I think that's totally fair. Now, we've been delighted to be joined by Bruce McDade, a regular on the Boise bus these days. He comes from, is it Bradford you live? Bradford. Yeah. He's smoking what I am. You have to tell me that is a rolled up cigarette, by the way, because folk are desperate for this channel to get shut down. So please.
This is not a joint. It is a rolled cigarette.
Thank you.
I don't smoke.
Fuck me, man. Do you know what I mean? I put myself in some positions with you boys, I tell you. I want to be the good guy. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. You're determined to put me in the worst positions ever. I believe you, though. And for clarification, Bruce has just confirmed it is a rolled up tobacco cigarette. Before King Tuts gets his wee knickers on a twist, I want to tell everyone, apparently, I'm barred. I swear, I already spoke to the wee walloper. The only thing I've heard from King Tuts' face, right? Do you know what? It's great fun. If we get beat, let's pick on the fucking arseholes, right? That wee King Tuts idiot makes me go, well, I've got the text. You started it with vanilla ice cream. I messaged him saying that is the text of the year. It's the best text I've ever seen in my life. Look at what you're saying. I don't know where he's getting the rest of it from. I really don't. But
if all they can pull you up on is ice cream based,
it's funny.
Who gives a fuck? And do you know what you were saying a minute ago as well? Like, yeah, it does hurt to lose, but I was born in 88 and I spent my first 10, 12 years as a Celtic fan losing every single fucking time. Even if we played better, we would still lose. Even if we were the best team in Scotland, we'd drop points and we'd lose the fucking league. And I was used to that. And the only sort of comfort I can get right now is, yeah, I do feel bad and it is hard to take, but it's only because I'm not used to it anymore.
Yep.
I got used to it, and a defeat like this, 2000, that'd have been fine. I'd have been like, you know what? It's shit that we lost, but we played well. It hurts more today because we're just used to winning. We've been smashing them for 10 years. Yeah. So whatever. Enjoy it. Enjoy it is all I can say. Yep. Enjoy it. Because it'll only happen the once. It won't happen again for another 4 years. So fucking enjoy it. Simple as. Yeah, we've got... And you know what? Fair play. Europa League semi-final. Fair play to them. But that's next year.
And Chris Kerr, who's choking to get on the Boise bus, right? I've got another mate called Chris Kerr, who is a cream bun, and I am sending him emails. I'm like, Chris, mate, I've emailed you. I'm trying to deal with it. I have just sent him 14 emails to the wrong Chris Kerr. Chris Kerr, I do not want my cream bun pal coming on. I absolutely don't. Right, Chris Kerr, I hope you get this StreamYard link, mate. Fucking hell. I was like that. What is he moaning about? I'm like, Chris, I'm here to help. I'll send you the link. No. Okay, right, we'll go back to Regan. Because Regan
getting a cream bun.
No, mate, that's plenty. We'll not. Chris, he's sick of this. Check Facebook, please, Chris. Check Facebook. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Regan, we're going to come to you. Right, let's talk about... No, Bruce. We're going to Regan. Right, we're going to Regan. We're talking to Regan now. It's time to speak to Regan. All right. Regan, We spoke at length this morning about the miss Giacomakis, okay?
Yeah.
Do you feel he was a big miss? Now, I think Kyogo came on. I was trying to push the narrative that Kyogo up top, they've never dealt with him up top. Rangers fans now don't feel afraid of Kyogo the same way we thought. I think Kyogo's, not Kyogo, I think Kyogo's absence today was stark. I think it was so blatant. What do you make of it, Regan?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you because we spoke about this morning. But yeah, I mean, for me, he just offers a totally different option, and I think the Rangers players would have been happy when they seen media laid up top. I was really disappointed with Jota today. I thought Jota didn't have a great game, but yeah, I mean, if you Celtic in general, I thought they missed Giacomakis, and hopefully next week against Ross County, he'll be back fit because as Terry says, I don't expect Kyogo to play in that game either. So I would hope that Giacomakis is fighting fit and ready to go.
The thing is, I would say, Regan, is I think we've realised today Giacomakis, I don't know what anyone else thinks, but for me, he's arguably our most important player now. He gives Celtic a completely different dimension to what we've got with anyone else. I don't know who my echo's coming through on, by the way. I do apologise. I'm trying to mute everyone as I can. Bruce has just deleted his. No, Bruce, I had you muted. You were fine. But, we have to... Anyway, we have to be able to deal with not having Giacomakis the same way we dealt with not having Kyogo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's the tricky bit.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem was today, Russell, that we had made up front who is a good... he's very good at chasing down balls and stuff, but he's a totally different option to Giacomakis. Giacomakis, he occupied... I don't know. I can be able to hear myself.
I can hear you perfect, mate.
No, I'm saying there's quite a big echo here. There's quite a big echo. Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of Giacomakis, it's a bit of, I'm just hoping that he's back soon because, like you said, Russell, he's just so important to that squad now.
No, totally. I think Giacomakis has been one of those folk that we all... I don't know, it became almost comical because we were hearing he was fourth choice on another platform and, it was... But I was running with Kyogo, with Giacomakis because his record in Holland was phenomenal. Yep. I think the second half of this season he gave Celtic a different dimension. I thought we lacked it today. Big style. I felt Kyogo was playing from memory as opposed to playing for the way he was the first half of the season. Phil McGinley, I'll come to you. Do you think we missed Giacomakis big time today? What was your take on it? Because for me, Kyogo came on at a period of time where he had plenty of minutes left to make a huge impact on it. He didn't know, really, to be honest. And I'm not being harsh on him, by the way. He just didn't.
Was a bit the same early in the first half where you just felt like something's not right today, something's not clicking, and yeah, Giacomakis missing was a huge thing. The Kyogo input today, I felt that wee period when him and Matt O'Reilly came on together, I thought that's not long before we scored. I did feel we had a wee period of sense. Most of it was down to O'Reilly because Kyogo, it was a strange one. He just couldn't get in the game at all. It's a bit reminiscent of a few years ago when we played them in the League Cup final. Remember, Edward was injured going into that, but he was on the bench, and there was this big when Edward comes on, that'll change the game. I think a lot of fans and that expected Kyogo will just come on and it'll just click like that, no problem at all. Yep. But yeah, the difference is on that day, Edward came on. One is a free kick for a matter of minutes, so we scored off of that free kick. But Kyogo today, it's just that gamble you take. A boy coming back off a long-term injury like him, you can see that he is still still a good bit off. But the dilemma we've got now is we play Rangers now on May the 1st, so 2 weeks from now. Giakoumakis, if he isn't fit, although I expect he should be back because there was pictures of him training this week, so I would think in 2 weeks he should be okay. But if both of them are fit, Kyogo, Giakoumakis, I would say it's got to be Giakoumakis that plays on May the 1st.
Yep.
It has to be.
Agreed.
Got to.
Chris Kerr has joined us.
Right,
Chris
Chris.
Kerr has been on the Double Doon show before, and we have been trying to pester you to come on this show as well, mate. You know that. Right. Chris.
Hey.
How's it going, lads? You all right?
Hey, Chris.
You all hear me? Yeah? You hear me all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can hear you
Bro,
good.
Tip in on that.
Awesome, man. Aye,
What'd you make
what
it
you
today,
saying? Aye, what you saying, boys? There's too many Chris Kerrs in your show. What's this all about?
I know.
There's only one. There's only one.
Not on the show, not on the show, but
There's
one of
two.
my best pals of all time is called Chris Kerr, and I think I've seen
Right.
his old email address about 14 notifications a day.
He's going to be. He's going to look at that and go, "What the hell's going on here? I'm not joining that."
He supports Rangers, I know, honestly.
Aye.
Wouldn't you though? If you're a Rangers fan, you'd come on to Glow, wouldn't you? Because you'd take your 1 week opportunity to be on.
Of course you would. Just go on for 2 seconds and just take him. Hey.
Anyway, Chris, it's time to talk some home truths, mate, because today wasn't a day. It's not. I know the banner's good and all that shit, but you know as well as me, I know you're hurting as bad as anyone is. Talk to me about how you felt the game went today.
Oh man, I thought we were. I didn't think what it was. Just from kick off, I thought we were kind of piss poor, to be honest with you. I didn't care about you guys. I've not heard. I've tried to listen as much as what I can. I didn't care what you guys were saying about it.
No, don't worry about
But
that.
aye.
It's your opinion, mate.
I thought we were kind of in and out the game, and then we scored the goal, and I thought we just tried our hardest to hold on and try and get a victory. That's how I felt it.
Yep, I was never
I didn't care
convinced by
about you.
Celtic today. I was never convinced by Celtic today. I tell you what, I think we should explore, Terry, the Giakoumakis problem, which it was today. Now, this is the guy we dealt with the first half of the season, and why? I'll go back to it. I got ridiculed by someone in the comments for saying Kyogo is my player of the year. I stand by it now more than ever. See Celtic minus Georges Giakoumakis. We're fucked. He is the best striker Celtic have by a mile. He was the idea Ange had all along to be that focal point. You now take him out of the team and he's firing. Honestly, I thought the difference was night and day. What's your take on it, Terry? Did you think he's as big a miss as I'm making out?
I've spoke to you, boys. I sent a message last night before all this around my favourite comment on the Boise bus from the Boise bus started was Giakoumakis does not give a fuck. That was your comment, and that was my favourite comment. See, today we were lacking somebody that did not give a fuck. Everybody was intimidated. Those guys were going in heavy. They were going in very heavy. I don't want to go down the road where we're talking about Bobby, but those guys were going in heavy because they knew Bobby didn't give a fuck. Bobby was letting them go in heavy.
Oh, he was terrible.
Aribo could have been gone. Lundstrom could have been gone. I don't want to go down that road because at the end of the day, Celtic were not good enough that Bobby could make a difference. But Bobby was doing his fucking best to make a difference. And the man that would have stood up there, he would have fucking held his shoulders out and puffed his chest out and went, I don't give a fuck, was Giakoumakis. And he wasn't there. And
100%, Terry. 100%.
it took a long time to win me over after that penalty. And do you know what? It was nothing to do with the penalty. It was just the fact he fucking missed it. And you're going, why is this geezer taking this penalty?
How
He stands there with his fucking chest out and his shoulders out. And as Boise says, he does not give a fuck. And we missed that today. We absolutely missed that arrogance, that confidence that I don't care what you guys do. I'm going to sort this out. And as much as Kyogo came back and we've all those other guys running about, Giakoumakis has got, I don't even want to say arrogance. It's not an arrogance. It's just a confidence, an absolute confidence in his own ability. And we absolutely missed it. We missed it. And I don't want to go down the Bobby Madden route.
No.
If somebody watches
we will discuss it, by the way.
If somebody watches that back, Bobby should never referee another match in his fucking life, to be honest. But that's a sideshow. He wasn't the differential. He wasn't. We didn't play well enough.
Ange Postecoglou, Terry, isn't going to get caught up in the referee.
Neither am I.
Referees don't win the game. The referee's performance is a disgrace. Chris Sutton had him on ice all day. Chris Sutton's going, well, Bobby, you're watching a different game from everybody else, Bobby, And that idiot, Kevin Thompson. I wanted us to win so much today because of that prick doing co-coms. He makes Alex Ray sound sensible. He is the worst. And he talks like, that way, like Cherry, Phil McGinley, Chris Kerr, how you doing, Bruce McBain, like, we're all just...
There's a real smugness in his tone when he talks, I always find.
Philip, if you let me finish, we're actually trying to enjoy the footy. We're trying to enjoy the footy. It's a great sport we're watching, guys. And you know what? I actually think that 50-50 was just won by the better player, Chris. I don't know what you think. Kevin, I think it's time you, went back to Specsavers because that is embarrassing. That is it. At one point he just says, Chris Sutton just goes on point and goes, Bobby Madden, that is embarrassing. It's an embarrassment. He doesn't get out and say, you know what? I thought it was a fair 50. Rangers wanted that bit more. I'm like, go and get to fuck, mate. He's doing my nutting more than the football. Do you know what I mean? It's not about focusing on that, Regan. It's not about focusing on that. But Regan, talk to me about the referee situation right now, because we don't want to make it. We don't want to make it about referees we lost today, Regan. But he was shite, was he not?
Yeah, I thought Bobby had a really bad game. I thought there was a couple of tackles. I think there was one on Rio. I think there was one on Rio Hatate from John Lundstrom.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm trying to. I didn't listen to what you just said there. I'll be completely honest to you, mate. Daniel Mick has just won the day because he was right.
It's a belter, man.
Mate, sounded
same. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do that. I'm like, don't cry. Oh, he's crying. I really don't want to do this. It does sound a bit like Kev Thompson.
Isn't Kev from Scotland, though? You sounded like you were from Northampton or some shit.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You sound like an Ali G when you want, mate. Honestly, don't even bother with accents to me, big boy. I will have you on toast, Bruce. And I'm in a bad mood as it is, mate. Anyway, sorry, Regan, mate. I didn't listen to one word you said. I'm completely honest to you. Fuck the referee.
That's it, Regan.
I was just going to say, I thought the tackle from Lundstrom and the tackle from John Ebo should that should have definitely seen more than a yellow card. I think there was one tackle as well from John Lundstrom when Chris Sutton went. Well, I don't know what's happening there.
Oh, thunderstorm.
It sounded like you were on a bus.
I don't know who's that.
No, you're all right, mate. Carry on. Keep going, Regan. Don't stop.
I think there was a tackle from John Lundstrom. I think it was when he got booked and Chris Sutton was saying surely he should be off there. And Kevin Thompson was saying, well, I think Bobby's just been fair because of a tackle by Callum McGregor that he made it earlier on. But I
felt Thompson was tiresome at times today. Again, you're looking for, like, Sutton's got this mad reputation now where he's getting compared to the likes, Phil, of Chris Boyce, and I think it's so unfair. Like, it genuinely gets unfair. I think Chris Sutton, you look at Chris Sutton's career as a footballer, Golden Boot winner, right? Guess who did he win Golden Boot with?
It was either Norwich or Blackburn.
Norwich.
Yeah.
Norwich City.
Was it?
He beat Bayern Munich playing
He
up front
did.
for Norwich.
Yeah, 1993.
Right? He then goes to Blackburn, wins the Premier League title with Shearer. He then goes to Celtic after a 10 million move to Chelsea, flopped. By the way, in amongst a million players over that 3-4 year period that were big money moves that flopped at Stamford Bridge. He then gives Henrik went from a 25-30 goal sort of number 10 stroke striker role into the best striker in Europe. The European Golden Boot winner. One season with Sutton. Right? This guy knows football. This guy understands football. Today, he was with an absolute, honestly, Scott Brown's little, I don't know, like wee brother or whatever you want to call him, the wee guy, the wee fella besides Scott Brown. You could call him the PJD to me. You know that wee fella that just annoys you at times, you know what I mean? Like he's just there, just nipping your ankle, do you know what I mean? And is desperate to like, oh, he's such a bad guy. I think that's who Kevin Thompson is to Scott Brown. Kevin Thompson today wasn't impartial. He didn't give good coverage on the game. And you know what? He kept doing a fake voice that was really annoying me. So at times he'd go, so Terry, I'm going to come at you, Terry, right? So he'd go, so yeah, Celtic did well there. Then Rangers have the ball, go, oh, and it was like really tough. I'm like, why are you putting on that voice? It was embarrassing. The whole thing for me. I think he's an amateur. He's an amateur competing for, and I want this to be not the focal point of the discussion, but another example of why I'm so raging today. That was another £15 a month, and I'll cancel the subscription after the Scottish Cup final. But you're looking like you're going, well, BT Sports a need for the beginning of the season for the European qualifiers, potentially a group stage. Then you need Sky because they've got all the league fixtures, even though they don't even play, the full quota of them. Then you need Premier Sports for the end of the season for the final stages of cup competition because they've got the sole rights to that. Do you really feel we're getting value for money, even if Celtic were winning today, Terry?
No.
I think probably, Boise, what we're looking at is a few years down the line here where you've got some kind of Celtic coordinated TV channel.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're probably looking at something where you've got a season ticket that gets you into the ground and you've got a season ticket that gets you onto the stream of the match. I think that's probably the end result for a club of Celtic size. The likes of the Sky deal and stuff like that, like what it makes for Celtic at the end of the day, it's probably about the equivalent of it's probably the equivalent of one home game with pies and beers and whatever else add it on. Do you know what I mean? I think we're looking in the next 5 years. You'll have a Celtic season ticket where you can go to the matches in person. You'll have a Celtic season ticket where you can log on online from Ireland, America, Australia, Japan, wherever you support Celtic from. I think we're going down that route. Sky's coverage of Scottish football is embarrassing. I enjoyed BT's coverage of Scottish football mainly down to Sutton, to be honest. He was the guy who was really pioneering the whole thing. He was like, I've played up here. This league gets a bad deal. This is good. This is good. He was promoting the whole thing. I think that's where we're looking at. Boys, just when we're on, I've just had a message come through my mobile from a friend who he hasn't been well recently, and he just asked me to do a big shout out for him on the Boise bus. So it's
of course
it's Big Kingsley from Derry.
Kingsley!
He's an absolute diehard Celtic fan, and he's been watching the Boise bus, and he's a friend of mine. He's been watching me coming on drunk and making a tool at myself. So he just said, give a big shout out for Kingsley. He's been in the hospital. He's been out of the hospital. He's not keeping the best, but he's an absolute Celt at the end of the day. So he just asked me to give him a big shout out. So there's one for Big Lingley.
Bruce, we're going to come at you on that because you've definitely said that you felt the bus has been good. Even though today's result was shite, you've always said the bus has brought something positive to your, I don't want to say state of mind because that would just be...
We're delighted to be joined by Bruce.
I need to get lighted so I can go.
Why am I getting lumped with the Axom shit? I didn't even
No. I think, but you've said the bus has brought a lot of positivity to your life. Let's put it as that. I think it's quality. I think it's quality. Terry's mate is very much in our thoughts. I think that's quality. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, man. And the fact that he's watching the bus and, you know, in his time of
Kingsley.
need, but he's feeling shit. Boise bus, get in. But he's feeling shit and he's going through some tough times, whatever. He's still messaging Harry to say, I watch the bus all the time. Can I get a shout out? That's what it's all about.
I love it.
And this is a point for real people to connect with other real people as part of the Celtic family. And even when we fucking lose, which we have done today, we're still here, we're still connected, we're still together, and we're still all on the same page. And I hope you're all right. Kingsley, I hope you're all right, lad.
Me too.
Hail to Kingsley. Hail to Kingsley.
I came to you for that, Bruce, because
we're sending you all of our strength, all of us right now, all together. So receive that and sound. You'll be all right.
You know it. Let's go to Crystal. Let's talk about football, Chris. Bruce, you are the best guy for that morale boosting chat because that is what you do well. Bruce, Chris, where did it all go wrong today? Where did it all go wrong? Why are Celtic not on the verge of a treble?
Probably the Mason in the middle, I think, in my opinion.
Let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that. If that's your attitude, I want to hear it.
Aye. Right, cool, man. Right, I've heard non-stop from my phone was Lundstrom man of the match. He should have been off the pitch. I don't know how you guys feel. Aye, that's what I've been getting pings off my phone constantly.
Why should he be off the pitch? Tell me.
Couple of bad tackles. You know what I mean? It's like a couple of bad tackles, and then you've got Madison. Just no brother Madison. No booking other players for the same things, and he's letting him away with a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had a few beers, and I'm trying to remember now about what happened throughout the game. But
no. I actually think you. There was a point. There was a point in time. Bobby Madden wasn't given yellow cards for, Phil, the most blatant yellow card.
Boy says, Steve jumping in there, right? He stopped the game for, was it a Rebo that went down in the penalty box? Mm-hmm. I think he went in for a header and he went down the penalty box. And the same happened with Johanovic. Why didn't he stop the game?
Yeah.
Johanovic goes down with a bad tackle and he lets play carry on. We were not allowed to stop because of that. So, all we're asking is for fairness. Consistency is terrible in this country for referees.
I feel Chris Sutton, for me, is a on his sleeve Celtic fan, right? But he doesn't pick on the referees because he's Chris Boyd-esque or he's Kevin Thompson, it turns out, esque or Alex Ray-esque. I genuinely think Chris Sutton goes, that referee's been awful today. He genuinely a couple of times, and to be fair, Thompson actually agreed with him. He says, I think he's watching a different game from the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that was all, and Gallant Pioneer comes in. I knew he'd be in the comments today, and it's a good day for you, mate.
Ross,
no one's blaming it. Gallant.
Tell you next why I think we lost. After you
go for it. Right, no, on you go. I want your attitude, your opinion now.
Right, so basically, fuck thinking about, we lost because of this reason, because GG weren't playing, we didn't have Chaos up front, didn't have Kyogo fully firing on all cylinders, because we didn't have a game plan, because we didn't bring our fucking A game to the table. We did all that. And sets us sets his team up so that
Sorry, just quickly to come in. I had to block a wee guy called William there. Who's the biggest wanker of all you? The guy in the yellow.
me.
Aye.
I'll take that.
I know. William Old.
Prick.
William Old, I know you're still sitting watching right now. And you're
Of
probably
course yes, man.
frantically typing.
Of course.
It's
I'm the
brilliant because
biggest
you can't
prick.
get back in, mate. Get to fuck you, prick. This
Yeah.
not-
Get him involved. Get him involved, boys. Get him involved.
No, it's been bought, mate. I'm not having it. I don't mind the
Aye, no,
banter.
you're quite right, man.
If you want
Aye.
to call me a
The biggest
wanker,
knock.
it's too
If you've
easy,
got a
mate.
problem with that, come and tell me. We'll see.
I love it. No, he's slagging me, mate. Don't worry about it. He's a fanny. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, Bruce, to interrupt you. That was rude.
My proxy, innit? Like, if someone
Sorry for that.
you, they're slagging me, I'm going to have a problem if someone's slagging you straight up. End of the day. Any not Tuesday, though. You're on your own on a Tuesday.
I think it's one of those things where today is about. I think perspective is very important, Phil. Right? I'll tell you why. Because Celtic, for me, at the start of the season, were a car crash waiting to happen. Celtic aren't a car crash right now. It's actually a bump in the road is all that's happened today. It's a semi-final we've lost. Yeah, it hurts that bit more because it was against them. And do you know what? I don't think we did ourselves justice. But we've got 5 games to now in the season to lift the trophy that we really wanted to lift last year to do 10 in a row. But at the end of the day, winning back will be also sweet as well. Are we still going to do that? Or is today's result going to put this bus, if you like, off the rails? Not that a bus drives on rails, but you know what I mean.
Just like the bus in Speed, the movie, this bus ain't slowing down. No chance. No, we'll win the title. We'll go and win it. I remember very vividly start of the season. We had that game against Hearts on the first day. I can remember when Suter scored the winner with a couple of minutes to go. I can vividly remember I went on Twitter and I put a tweet out and said, what is success this season for Celtic? Because I was a bit like you, Russell, when I was like, we've had a absolute shit show of a season. We've obviously had a crazy pre-season bringing in a manager we hadn't heard of. We've had to throw together a squad. We've started the league campaign and we've got beat. It just feels like last season again. So it was like, what's going to be success this season? And here we are in the sort of middle of April
very quickly,
on the cusp.
Phil, I'm going to come straight back to you, by the way. I hate to interrupt you, but it's because I'm going to get you to expand on this point. That's the point. Sure. If I was told at the start of the season when I was on the other pod, you're going to have 6 folk in your own podcast, boys, here commenting, and we're all going to be gutted that we went out the Scottish Cup semi-final, but with 6 points good in the league, I would have laughed at you, Phil. I would have said, impossible. That's the least of my concerns. So, see when you put it that way, Phil, see when you think about it, we're doing all right, aren't we?
More than all right, mate. And I think as well, that's adding to it, see if we'd played, say, Aberdeen today in the semi-final and they beat us 2-1, I guarantee the reaction wouldn't be as bad from some fans. It's because it's you know who the beat is. I say if we played Dundee United, Hibs, whatever, and we'd lost the game just one of the days, we would probably just dust it off. But yeah, there's going to be a bit of a slow reaction for the next few days. But honestly, I think we'll come back strong. I think Ange will learn from this, and I think we'll, what is it, 2 wins, 3 wins we need to wrap up the title. I'm pretty confident we'll go on and do it now. And at the end of the day, see if we do come away at the end of the season with the Premiership title in the League Cup, and given where we were a year ago, I don't think anyone's going to grumble. I don't think many people will remember this one from our point of view. This game today, it'll be like,
Regan Stevenson, did you think Celtic were going to win the league this season when there were 3 defeats, 3 wins out of the first 6 games? Did you think we'd be crying about going out of a Scottish Cup semi-final after extra time? You would have thought that was the least of your problems, Regan, after the first 6 games of the league season. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought Celtic were going to probably win the League Cup this year. I didn't think we would win the league title, but overall, you have to say it's been a great season so far. And also, like, we need to remember as well, at the end of the day, Rangers wanted this league title as much as us, and we were in pole position. If you'd have told us at the start of the year we've got a double and we're going to end the season there, you'd have definitely took that, because at the end of the day, we've won so many Scottish Cups, and Rangers have not won one in the last 10 to 14 years. So what have we? What have we got to be complaining about? You know.
Do you think it's funny, Regan? Because this is what I love, right? The games, the mental games that get played between both sets of supporters. 1 minute you're told, our trebles, fuck all, right? Chris Kerr, our trebles, FO, right? And do you know why it's an FO? Because a European semi-final means more. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you just can't have it both ways, can you? Right now, realistically, when you look at the success Celtic have had, winning the trebles they have, even if the other mob are to go and win the Scottish Cup this year, it still won't be a treble. Yet you'll be told those trebles are minor achievements and not really that big a deal. You can't win, can you, Chris?
Can't you win? No, you can't. That's them talking about wanting help from the league as well, eh? Yeah, I mean, they want help. They want help as well to try and go through. Right, fair point. It may maybe help the Scottish game, right? Was this not the same team that came out and said in December, sporting integrity comes into play here? You have to play all fixtures. You know what I mean? But now we want help. I win day one. You know what I mean?
Chris,
I win. Fuck yourself. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to use bad language. Right? Come on, fuck yourselves, eh? That's what I said.
You tell the truth, mate. I tell you, I'm going to come to you because there's two angles to what Chris just said. He's opened up a can of worms, and he's right to. This is a team that refuse, Terry, to even.
They can't play in front of fans, old boys. That's why. I mean, they're shit for you to play in front of fans. Eh?
You're right. And
Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Never apologise. But what he's also saying is, he's talking about a team that refused to endorse the sponsor of the whole league. Every other league club is completely dependent on that sponsorship money, Terry. And do you know what? They're willing to hang you all earlier on this season by not wearing it. And since day one of this season, Cinch has never featured the Ibrox, neither on the Ibrox club or around the ground. It should be. That's part of the sponsorship deal. There's 12 clubs that are involved in it. Rangers refuse to take part, yet want to ask the rest of the 11 for help when it suits them.
And then
work in your mind. I'm coming to Terry first and foremost on this one.
That's up to them, boys. I don't give a fuck what they think.
It's not about what they think, mate. It's not about what they think.
The BBC, you know, they don't allow the BBC to fucking do commentary on the home matches either. That's been going on for years. As somebody from Northern Ireland, my take on the fixture piece is, as soon as those fixtures come out from the league around the split, you've got guys like me on there booking flights, booking hotels, booking everything on the SFA's say-so around what these fixtures are going to be. And then you've got these guys coming in left field all going, we would like you to change those. You know, you've got boys who are traveling over from Ireland, booking hotels, booking flights, booking days off work, booking all this. And then they're going, can somebody help us out here? At the end of the day, whenever it was coming through December, January, and all the other clubs were looking for help because players were falling over with COVID, players couldn't play. Everybody else is going, help us out here, help us out. And these guys are going, oh no, it's us not to help everybody out.
Terry, read the comment.
That's fucking brilliant.
My wife's watching this. My wife's watching this, Kelly. What are you doing to me here? You're gonna get me into trouble here.
I think your wife will fancy that wee bit more, Terry.
Nah, oh man, I'm scared.
You've got your work out of there, Terry. I tell you. I'm
scared to even look up towards the house here. I'm gonna.
No,
but the whole thing is,
Terry, give us a song. Terry, give us a song.
Hail, the Celtics here. Oh, what the hell do we care? What the hell do we care? Hail, Hail! The Celts are here. Oh, what the hell do we care now? Oh, it's a grand old team to play for. It's a grand old team to play. Get out your history. It's enough to make your hearts grow. Right.
You don't get that on any other pods. There you go.
Outstanding.
The knickers are soaking. Everybody's happy. No.
Because they're so
Boise, I haven't even a clue what this conversation's about. What do we start talking about there?
Do you know what? This is what happens, right? See what we do in the Boise bus, right?
What are you doing with life?
We look, right? And we go 161 live right now. And do you know why? Because all we're doing
Twitch
is
and
bringing
WhatsApp and Spotify and YouTube. All of them. But we're not going to take into account any of your comments because we've got our own opinions and we get.
No, I mean, I think you get. See with the bus. I think you get 163 it is right now watching live. Do you know why? Because we all know what happened today, right? See, if we're honest, we all know it was shite. We all know Regan Stevenson. We all know it was shite today. Do you know that?
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's about going. Do you know what? What are you gonna do the rest of Easter Sunday? You're gonna sit and cry. You're gonna sit there. And you know what? Grab a beer, have a laugh. Let's just get over it very quickly. The big prize is still.
There's no in-house fighting here, boys. No in-house fighting here.
Nope.
You know it, Chris. And do you know what? As Jim Kerr used to say, there's a glittering prize. That is what we're after, and it's the SPL or SPFL trophy. Regan Stevenson, I always forget you're there when you wear that grey and white mask.
And you turn into a tiny grey man.
Are you feeling positive as well now?
Are you talking to me or so?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I mean
the voice of reason.
He's got a right attitude today, hasn't he? Talking to me, mate.
No, I'm feeling good, mate. Obviously Celtic have not put me in a good mood, but I'm feeling good now, mate. I mean, next week we're going to beat Ross County. We'll be on the Boise bus after that. We're 3 points closer to the title. So what more can we say?
Yes, mate.
Good man, Regan.
It's so spot on. Do you know what? Shit will happen like today. See, trebles, we took them for granted as a support. Honestly, I think, see Neil Lennon's treble, I genuinely think that guy has been, his history will look back on Neil Lennon so favourably, right? Honestly, so favourably.
Legend.
I think his treble was always like, that's what we do, Neil. You know, it was like, no, that's unfair. I think today was a reminder of how difficult it can be. Chris Kerr, I'm going to come to you because I know you don't come on the bus as often as you'd like. Do you think today we can also accept the better team might have won? But you know what? We've had a lot of good days. That was 17 Hampden wins in a row, right? Up till today. I don't think it's a bad ratio that Celtic have right now. I still believe we're the dominant team in Scotland, don't you?
No, 100%. You said it. You said it before. I didn't care how long ago it was, man. I do apologise, but you did say if put us in this position, potential double. If you told me this last season, no chance. You'd get laughed at, wouldn't you? A guy that came in from Australia or Japan, you couldn't even. A lot of people couldn't pronounce his name. He was meant to get sacked at Christmas, you know. And look where we are. I mean, it was a potential treble. You know what? It's fine. You know what I mean? It's a potential double now, and we're very close. What, 2 games technically? Goal difference is flying through the roof. Yep. Nah, I think we're going to go flying colours, man. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I firmly believe that, boys. Aye.
You know it.
Firmly believe that.
You come on, you
Aye.
know. And the thing is,
100%.
that trophy is the biggest trophy. It's the one we always wanted to win. I still believe it. Get to the semi-final, get into extra time to whatever. We're not going to go out of it. We're just expected better at Celtic because we've done so much so far this season. See, once all is said and done and all the dust is settled, if Bruce McDade, we have the SPFL trophy in our hands and we lift that aloft, as well as, by the way, the League Cup shot in the bank, you tell me that's not a successful season? Because to me, I think it is.
See, the only reason it weighs so badly on us is because we've lost today. But the fact of the matter is, the only reason it hurts so much is because we're used to fucking winning. We are not used these days.
Taking it for granted?
People don't beat us. They do not beat us. In semi-finals, quarter-finals, finals of any fucking cup, we win that shit. We win it every single time. The only reason it hurts is because they beat us. And you know what? For the first time in my life, we've lost to Rangers, and I just think fair play. You had to have something. You know when you've got a dog and the dog is like a proper wanker, and you want to in your soul with your fucking plastic shit, and it obviously doesn't give a shit.
I tell you, Brucey, there's no better an Englishman saying the word wanker, by the way. I've got to be honest with you, mate. It's fucking classic, mate.
The dog got a bone today. Fair enough. Enjoy it, because you can't have the bone for that long because it's going to be taken off you. So, yeah, you might win the Scottish Cup. Fair enough. I hope you do. I hope you win the Europa Cup.
Oh, come on.
Going to the next
I think he's being sarcastic.
He's been sarcastic.
I think he's being sarcastic.
You see, if they win the Europa League and then start next season by giving us all the pat like we are the fucking dons of Europe and we're going to smash you, and then we smash them all over, it's just going to hurt even more, isn't it?
I'm gonna have to go with Scott Howe here, Bruce. I'm sorry, mate, but your dog's mental. Your dog, whatever that dog is you were talking about, your dog is mental.
Can I jump in for a second, boys?
Yes, Chris.
Can I jump in for a second?
Please do.
Right, this is going to sound absolutely mental, right? But would you, everybody on this, right, sacrifice everything that's happened so far to do well in the Europa League?
No.
League.
No way.
League all day long. Nothing else.
Do you guys see it as being like a bonus? Anything in Europe's a bonus.
Yep. Don't give a fuck.
Every year.
League's number one, eh?
Every year.
Give a fuck.
Even
every year.
Even
every year.
This year.
Do you mean, I think, I'm going to come in now.
Yeah,
wait the fucking no. Every year, every year.
Boys, just put the brakes on.
No.
Oh, funny.
This year, fair enough. But every year, fuck that. Mm-hmm. I will watch Celtic win. I know if I even put a blindfold on and go, throw the dice, boysy, and it'll be over, we'll win 20 leagues, 20, 30 leagues again in my lifetime. How many European finals will we get to? Rare. No. I'll take it this year, Terry, big boy. Whoever else can do that. Any money is. I'll fucking have it with all yous. Right.
How many tins of Dragon's cookie you had there, boys?
No, that was a brilliant other pod. But no, seriously, man. Seriously, I actually think it's a brilliant point, Chris, because see, for me, I think, do you know what I mean? Like a Celtic in a final, like Seville again. I want to be.
Aye.
I want that again, man. Totally I do. And that's my favourite Celtic season. We didn't even win a trophy. And it's a memorable season. Everyone knows about Larsson's goal. Everyone knows about Larsson's toe poke against Boavista. Everyone knows that Blackburn game. See if I said to you.
The Liverpool game.
No, but look, hear me out. See if I said 2011, who's scored in the Scottish Cup final for Celtic? Go on. Tell me, what are you? Tell me the two scorers.
Joe
You don't
Edley,
fucking know. Right, all right. Fuck,
I didn't ask Regan. Put Regan on mute. Put Regan on mute. Put Regan on mute, boys. Okay, hell.
Go on, Regan.
It's not just lost.
Regan,
As well.
that contract that
Charlie
we signed,
McGrew.
me and Regan signed a lucrative contract for the Sunday Boiler, right?
Fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
We're still in the cool-off period, you bastard.
Right, one other question, and can I ask you one other question? And how far away do you think we are then?
From what?
European-wise.
I think
Aye, aye.
I'll put that to the team. I want Phil to come and see spoken well. Phil, European-wise, where are Celtic?
Okay, so
Good
if
question, Gus.
Celtic go on and win the title, which is looking quite likely, we're going to be Champions League group stages, providing Villarreal don't, pull off a miracle. I think we could have a rough time in Champions League group stages next season. I think we could be, again, really seeding works out. It could be like a bottom fourth place fighting for third, but even the teams that come out third place spots are ridiculous at times. So I think we could be well off in that. We would have to hope to drop into the Europa League, and maybe we can finally start going through.
Phil, can I interrupt you very quickly?
Yep.
Scottish Ray,
Mm-hmm.
he's pissed with a T at the end.
You can't even spell pissed.
Scottish Ray, I don't know what you've been drinking, son, but if
Yeah.
you want to accuse people of being pissed,
And what?
P-I-S-T, Scottish
Is that not
Ray.
trying to grab somebody's attention?
I think Scottish Ray needs to, I don't know, have a lie down. That is embarrassing, son. I don't know who you are, but if you want to accuse people of being pissed
It's probably me. It's probably me he's on about.
with a T, it doesn't matter. With a T, he's not even pissed. It's not even like he's on the slopes. Scottish Ray's going that far down the slopes is unbelievable. Scottish Ray, can I just tell you something? You, my friend, are an embarrassment. Back to Phil McGinley.
But no, I pretty much finished my point.
Oh,
Just saying, if we're in the Champions League
Fuck
group
him.
stages, I think it could be a similar to when Brendan was there, and we were, we get a third place one time. But the key is this whole: if we're in Europe after Christmas, we've got to try and sort that out and get through knockout stages.
Yep. Yes.
But yeah, if we're in the Champions League, we're going to have to just hope to get a third place, because I can't see us competing for the top two spots in any group stages, to be honest.
I think it's so interesting. The European thing is going to next season is going to be. I would like to think we're going to win the league, right? And I don't want to get overly complacent, but you know what? I'm not the manager. I'm not the players. It's not going to be you who gets bitten on the arse if I say it. I'm not a journalist either. I never tried to pretend to be, Terry. You know that. I think we will win the league. I still think we'll win the league. But what that brings, if we are going to be getting access to European football, can we actually make a fist of it next year, Terry? What do we need to add? No. Okay.
No, I don't think so, boys. It's one of those ones. As a supporter, you want the board to say, right, we're going to go here and we're going to try and make a dent in Europe. What does that actually mean money-wise? Like, we could spend 20, 30 million on 5 players, 4 players, 3 players, whatever. What does it really mean? Like, at the end of the day, these clubs at the top end of that competition are spending 100 million on players. You can take a gamble on a player, 100 million. We'll sign him. If it goes well, happy days. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Celtic aren't in that place. For me, and I don't like to say this, I really don't like to say this, we're in the Champions League for the cash. We're in the Champions League for the money. And for me, if we can finish third, that's the absolute best that we can do. At this moment in time, if we finish third and get into the Europa League, next thing down, that's where we're at. We can't compete with these teams. It's not like it was back in the 60s and the 70s when none of this money was around, Sky TV and all the rest. It's not like that.
Terry,
As much as we wish it was.
Terry,
Go ahead.
Ross, let me jump in a minute.
Okay.
After you.
I was going to have some fun with Terry because I know Terry's got the put downs of all put downs. And I think sometimes we need to bring in some of these people. Oh, they deleted their comment. Oh, tell me they've deleted it.
They've deleted it.
Oh, they've deleted it. Oh.
No.
Right, okay,
What is that?
Bruce, on you go. Oh, I can't read it now because it's gone. Bruce, on you go. Sorry.
Right, the thing is, next season, Champions League, yeah, that's all good. We get all the money, financial benefits from entering the group stage. Wicked. That's all good. I agree with you, Terry. I think we'll get bossed. We will get bossed. We're not ready for the Champions League. I think we can make a fist of it in Europe, but only in the Europa League. So I would be hoping for next season that we finish third in the group stage, Champions League, drop down into the Europa League, and I think we can at least make the semi-final.
Bruce.
Bruce, Boise, can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, of course you can, pal.
Right. See, without sounding like an absolute get right, how come we aren't ready for the Champions League? Why is that?
Money.
No, I disagree. I am more...
No, I mean, look at Villarreal. Villarreal haven't spent fortunes, by the way.
No.
They've still got very good players.
Aye, that's the thing, though. I mean, fair point, they're up against decent teams week in, week out, right? But if Villarreal played in their league, would they be top of the league?
Yes.
Thing is, with
By a mile.
Aye, so...
Regan is the voice of reason, mate. But I love this guy.
Aye. I didn't... Regan, any chance you just know jumping into this conversation in a minute then, mate? Still make me look like a fool. Right, the next time I come on, boys, right? Didn't bring Regan into this, right? If you didn't mind.
I reckon Villarreal will win the SPL every year.
Exactly.
Can I just say,
brilliant.
I had to say to Regan a couple of times today, I'm actually a wee bit annoyed that you're hosting because I feel like a bit of an idiot that I've actually had the cheek to host for the last 4 months on the show.
It was good.
No, fuck you, mate. No, we'll talk about it. But we need to bring in this commentary, and I want your scathing input here. And I want you at your worst. Somewhere in flyover country comes in fucking I think he means fucking shite club Celtic. Let's Rangers do all the heavy lifting to get the coefficient. If you can't spell that, I can't pronounce what he's spelling as a
Coefficiency.
Oh, I know what it means. Up the PFL. But I let me finish. Let me finish here because we SIFC has no idea what he's talking about. And I bless his little cotton socks. And wherever you are in the wee flyover country, let me talk to you about how coefficiency points work. They're based over a...
Don't let him.
I'm going to say it then. You're not wanting to be... I'm going to get a fuck today. What we stop?
No. I would like to finish it myself if that's all right with everyone.
Go for it, boy. Say no after you, man. It's your show, mate.
It's a 5-year period. It's a 5-year period somewhere in flyover country. Okay. And actually, over the last 5 years, Celtic has won more coefficient points than your beloved Rangers. And I know that's hard to take, and I get it. And I know you've done really well recently, and good on you guys. But I also need to remind you, in the last 5 years, which is where your coefficiency points you've brought to the table, by the way, not me. You've brought coefficiency points to the table. During that coefficiency time, you got beat off a team for Luxembourg, right? So why don't you get your own name on that handle and come back to me so I can slap you down even better, clown?
And then once you've done that, fuck off.
I mean, that is annoying, though. I mean, that is annoying. See that? We've got the coefficient points. Look at, like, it doesn't take long. Google it right now.
Yep.
Who has brought the most coefficient points to the table the last 5 years? Celtic are 3.75 points ahead of Rangers, right? That includes a point in time. Rangers were beaten off a team for Luxembourg. So shut your mouth, mate. Shut your mouth. It's just so annoying that. Like, yeah, and by the way, gotta just say, I also think Scottish football should be further ahead. Celtic's access to the Champions League playoffs, I think we have let ourselves down. So I'm not going to be all, Rangers or shite. I think Celtic have let themselves down as well. But honestly, to put it all on yourselves, like you've got us there, behave. Terry, do you agree with me on that one?
Boys, just keep this one simple. Facts are facts, and you look at the facts, and we've done more in the last 5 years than Rangers have. So fuck off.
Look, don't talk rubbish, boys. Rangers are now 36. John Beck, little speck.
Block him to fuck. Block him.
Listen to you. No, I don't mind debate. You should know your history, John. The coefficient last 5 years. Go check them. John, I invite you to go check them. You come back to me running with your wee dungarees on, and you come up with your wee rattle in your hand and go, "You're a bad boy, Boise." That's who you are, John. You're a little sad little man who doesn't know football, because what you're talking about is a completely random point that has nothing to do with what we were talking about. We were discussing coefficient points. I explained why in the last 5 years Celtic have won more than Rangers. It's a fact. But John Beck, little big baby who comes in with his little onesie on, and he says, "We're 36th in Europe, whilst yours are now 214th place." I have no idea what you're talking about, John.
Huh?
But you sound like a little walloper in a onesie. And I think you need your nappy change, son. All right? Fuck off.
What have we done, though? What have we done as a team, though?
I'm a wee bit annoyed because I've been waiting here for about 20 minutes to get to speak.
Sorry, Terry.
And then John just cuts across me.
Sorry, Terry. Sorry, mate.
Absolute pish.
It's
There's
Terry's
nothing there.
time.
Anybody
Terry's
can go on there. Anybody can go on there. Celtic's record against the coefficient over the last 5 years is better than Rangers. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. It's there. It's there. Just Google it. Google it. Right, John? See you. Bye.
Terry,
that's all I've been hearing as well, though. That's all I've been hearing has been constantly. It's just we've done this, we've done that, and all he's going to do is win it at the end of the league and take us into the Champions League. We've done all the heavy work. So what we've just stopped then, aye? That doesn't happen with your football club, does it? We didn't stop. You know what I mean?
No.
Who's that phone?
Fuck them.
Is that a blue phone? Is that a blue phone?
You see?
Terry, I tell you what, you've got a cheek, big boy. I'm amazed it's not your phone. I'm amazed it's not your phone.
The snake on it.
Do you know
My
what?
phone. I don't even know where my phone is.
That's the ringtone when somebody's phoning you on Facebook Messenger. That's what that noise is.
Isn't it?
It's Reagan. It's Reagan.
Right.
It's Talk Sport. It's Talk Sport on the phone.
Phil.
Yes.
Phil, I'm going to give you the final word, mate, because we're going to call it a day after this, mate. You have been... No. You've been a brilliant contributor to the bus so far. It's time for you to call it a day, mate. How is the synopsis after today? Where are we and where are we going?
It's just a mere bump in the road. That's all it is.
Love it.
We'll win the league. We'll beat Ross County next week. And then I say we'll get the necessary points we need. And yeah, end of the season, we'll look back on today and just be like, well, that happened, didn't it? Shit happens. And we move on. There you go.
I love it. Guys, is that a fair way to end the show? We move on?
As long as you're going to book in a title party for the day it happens.
You know me, mate. You know there is a party getting booked. That is 100% happening. Listen, everyone in the comments, there's 137 people right now on this bus. This bus is not a double-decker. Certainly not a treble-decker anymore, bastard. But you know what? It's a positive bus that we all are on. Everyone, always remember, top of the table. We are top of the table. Looking down on the Rangers. I will see you all later. Thanks again for everyone who's joined. This bus doesn't stop. It just gets faster and faster. Chris Sutton time.
Some of his comments about me deliberately trying to cause controversy. Well, I work in the media now, and you've got someone sitting there next to you who's an embarrassment to the media profession. He's an apologist. He's a charlatan.